Yo, what it do? YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. It is your boy Dom, and I'm with my co-host today.
What's up, everybody? It's Coquito.
We are the Hot Take Podcast, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're watching it past stream, we appreciate you too. If you are new, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Also follow us on Twitter and TikTok as well. You'll find us on all platforms. Appreciate each and every one of you. You ready to hop into these topics, man?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, man.
All right,
By
let's
the way,
do it.
though, before we do, Don, how you doing? How you feeling? You good? Great?
Oh, I'm alright, man. I'm a little sore yesterday. I went to go hoop. It's been the first time hooping since maybe like a year or two and some change.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
went out to go hoop yesterday for about maybe 4 hours. So I'm kind of beat up today. So I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
that'll do it too. You play any full court or?
The last game was full court, bro. Then it started to rain. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to be out of here because I'm not
See,
trying to slip and fall.
the full court games at the end be kind of ass because everybody be tired. So it's just outlets after outlets.
And that's the reason why we lost. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the games before that, we was running cool, and then a whole crew came at the last, and then they wanted to run full court, and I was like, you know what? I'm don't expect much from me. I told my brother that before we left. I was like, I'm not playing for nobody. I'm not here to show up. Like I'm just gonna be out here trying to hoop. And that's what I did. I won the first game. Do y'all play 33 up there or 21?
Nah, we play 21,
All
but
right.
out here we don't really play with twos. Like it's just
Okay.
straight ones.
Yeah. So what we did, we ran 33. We go to 33. So instead of 21. So
Damn.
it's until you hit 11, you can't go in the paint. So that was the rules for us. I mean, we of course you don't have to do that, but that's what we
Yeah.
said
So
yesterday
so
because it's been a
so so
while.
you guys play twos, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Damn,
yeah.
33.
So until you hit 11, you can't go in the paint. So we got to shoot all jump shots until you hit 11. So imagine how that is. But I won the first game on that, and then we played 4v4. And I don't know what happened. I think we had team takeover because I just went crazy. Like I did not miss. I did not miss that game, and I was shocked myself. I was like, man, for a dude that's been out for a while, I still got it. So we won that game, and then we played 33 like two more times, but I lost. I kind of sold the other games because I was like, I hit 29, and I was like, you know what, I'm a kind of winner. And I'm not gonna play defense or get a rebound because they was moving at 100 miles per hour. So I was like, I'm not gonna go strain myself. So I sold that game. Then we played 5v5 at the end. I was like, I made a few shots, but I was tired. So I was like, man,
Yeah,
whatever.
I trust me. I've been there, man. It's them games just them games honestly be boring as hell, and it's just be too long. It's you be like, yo, I'm not running up and down, bro. Just hit me. I'm staying right here.
Plus, we had two ball hogs, and the dude I had to guard was moving like D Rose in his prime. So I was like, he was well conditioned and everything. I was like, yep, we're gonna lose this one.
It's alright
So
though.
it was pretty rough, but it ain't gonna stop me from drinking my Casamigos tequila. I got
Oh,
two.
you
That
almost done.
you know, I had a crazy weekend. I thought I'd add to that. I had a crazy weekend because Friday we did the show. No,
Fri-
we did the show Wednesday. So
Wednesday.
Friday, I think I went out. I went out on Friday, and then Saturday I did something, and then we hooped on Sunday. I went to a party on Friday. Didn't expect it. Not gonna lie. So I went
Those
there.
be the best ones though.
Somebody got me a whole nother bottle of Casamigos tequila, same size. So I was like, okay, so somebody's trying to get me bent. I did a little, did a little thing, had my thing out there. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I'm kind of smized right now. So I didn't expect to do anything. So when we
Not
went to go hoop on Sunday, I was like, man, I had a whole
listen.
loaded weekend.
I'm telling you, those parties like that be the best ones. Like when you don't expect to go to a party and you just get invited, and you be like, fuck, you know what? I'm gonna just go. Those be the best ones.
Crazy weekend, man. Very long weekend. Very, very long weekend. So
Yeah,
I'm,
that's
I'm
good
pretty
though,
much
man.
drained.
That's because you get to recover with the podcast, so you good.
I don't know, man. You are here, so you might give me another headache. I ain't gonna cap.
Well, I probably got you. Well, I put the hat on for you, so we on track.
I'm not looking at the camera, so let's go ahead and hop into the show.
Yo, it's your boy Dom.
Yo, it's your boy Coquito, and you are
And you
watching
watching
the Hot Take Podcast.
All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. We're gonna start off with Ryan Kerrigan. I think that's the first topic of discussion. Ryan Kerrigan got signed to the Eagles today. a shocking move for my opinion because I did want him on the Colts. But hey, he wanted to go chase the bag, so he went to Philly knowing that they're not going to have anything else. And that's why
Mm.
Chris Long went trending on Twitter because it felt like he's going to have the same effect as a Philadelphia Eagle. Another signing is Kelvin Benjamin. You know, Kelvin Benjamin was overweight
Yeah.
at wide receiver back in his day with the Panthers, even with the Bills. Then he wound up going to tight end as to the New York Giants, same division. So let me get your thoughts on both of those moves today.
So on the Ryan Kerrigan move, it was that was a weird move. More in the sense of the dude killed the Eagles. Like the dude is a fucking he just destroys that Pacific team. So that was kind of weird in that sense. But I guess he was just going after the bag. I would like to see him would have went back to Washington, especially with that defense, how great they already is. I mean, the Eagles trying to just fill in many holes that they already have. So I guess adding him, I guess it's a little upgrade. I don't think Kerrigan is still what he was at one point, but yeah, that move was kind of weird. The Benjamin was like, huh? I mean, didn't the Giants they went out and got Kyle Rudolph as well? So
Yeah,
they
they got a
have
bunch of targets out there,
yeah,
but
so they have Engram now, and then Kyle Rudolph, and now Benjamin at tight end. I mean, I would like to see them put him back at wide receiver just because he's just a big target for them, especially for the end zone. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know pretty much why they signed him as a tight end, but I mean, hey, the Giants team. I rest that offense is already is it's looking like it's going to be good, but I guess you can never have too much depth.
yeah, you can look good. Difference is, are you going to show up because they got a tough schedule, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Shout out to those guys for getting a contract, getting their money, never knocking that. Go get paid, young fella. Next thing I want to bring up is J. Cole. J. Cole dropped the album. It's been a long time coming. Then after he drops the album, he goes to find out that he's a professional basketball player for the Rwanda team. He got 3 points in his debut, maybe like 3 rebounds
Three
as well
rebounds,
in
yeah.
17 minutes. So, it's his first game, but hey, I think he probably have a better output. Let me get your thoughts on the album and him being a player.
The album is what was to be expected by J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the dude has, and it's crazy too because you see people talking about that the album was trash or the album was mid, and it just shows how much of like a high standard that you hold J. Cole at. That if you think this album was trash or mid, it's just absolutely insane to me. But yeah, I mean, I definitely already knew he had the skills to play basketball, so I'm glad he actually took it to be. I mean, I kind of would rather see him play like somewhere overseas, uh wherever like Lamelo and these guys go play like over there. Definitely just like to see him play over there. I think the skill competition is better. I think his game will get better over there. But I mean, hey, listen, you playing professional basketball is playing professional basketball no matter where you at. So shout out to him. I hope he does. I hope he does good over there.
Yep. Shout out to Digital. He said Mello with the Lithuania.
Lithuania, yeah.
Um,
So there you go. Yeah. So I would definitely like him to see go over there. Spain, any one of those Europe was there. So yeah.
yeah, for sure. You think he ever have a better professional basketball career than Master P?
I think it's too early to tell. I think he has the skills.
I mean, at least he scored. Master P
Yeah.
only
I
played
mean,
preseason, but
yeah. So I mean, but I mean, but at least Master P, he made it to an NBA team. Uh, but I mean, still, I think J. Cole definitely is the better basketball player between them two. So I think he definitely can.
yeah, true that, true that. We're gonna stick on the basketball. A few players got nominated to the Hall of Fame going into next year. Chris Webber, Brent Wallace. You got Tony Kukoc, Chris Bosh, and a few others. They all got nominated for the Hall of Fame. So congratulations to them. Let me get your thoughts on those nominations, man. How you thoughts on them as players?
Well, definitely. Chris Webber was a dog, man. I think Chris Webber from I'll say like 2002 to like 2004 was probably a top 10 player in those spans. And the dude was playing in the generation where the power forwards dominated. The guy had Tim Duncan, KG. He had Dirk Nowitzki. So that just shows you how good he really was. I mean, he had his fallout. I guess he wasn't that great after what I'll say after maybe like I'll say 9 to 10 years.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, so I definitely think he deserved the Hall of Fame. The dude was just great. I mean, he was a smaller Jokic. The dude can post up, can rebound. His defense was okay. He was a great passer. So that's a great one. Another one was Ben Wallace. I mean, Ben Wallace was like I've never seen somebody that can dominate the game on the defensive end the way he did. Like the dude can guard literally everybody. I think he probably had the best hands that a big probably has. So I mean, his hands was like a cat. They were quick as hell. Um, so yeah, so and I mean the dude was going up against Shaq, Jermaine O'Neal. He was going against beast. So that just shows you how great of a defender that man was, and he was well deserved. About time he made the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, 100%, man. All those dudes was dogs. Chris Webber was a bucket, probably one of the first stretch bigs we really seen in our generation before Dirk. He was one of those stretch bigs that could bring up the ball, bring the court up, speed up the tempo, and pretty much stretch out the bigs as much as possible. Bill Wallace was one of the best defenders I've ever seen. Of course, he got dunked on a few times, but before that,
Yeah,
he was probably one of the best defenders ever.
but
And he
like
wasn't even 7 foot.
they say, if you never got dunked on, then you never play defense.
I don't know
So
about that. Sometimes you just in a bad spot at a bad time. But yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Sure enough, Chris Bosh definitely a bucket. One of the best to do it. He was a dog in Toronto. Went to get a ring in Miami. Proud of that dude for that. But yeah, man, all those dudes was definitely deserving of the Hall of Fame eventually, and they finally got in. So congratulations to them. Another person that NBA wise that got caught trending on Twitter yesterday is Kwame Brown. He went on a rant after Stephen Jackson's and Matt Barnes' podcast. They went on with Gilbert Arenas, and they talked about Kwame, how he had pressure on his back after one of his favorite player drafting him to the Wizards, and he couldn't live up to expectations. He had small hands and couldn't really get a bucket. Kwame Brown watched the podcast, and he talked about it on his Instagram Live yesterday, mentioning how you can mention all these things, but he had a good life at 18. He had his mom on a golf course or some scenarios like that, how he had a good life, so he don't know what they're talking about. But to be honest, I think he kind of took it out of context because, to be honest, the way Kwame Brown performed, it felt like he didn't live up to the hype. You know, he was a young kid getting drafted to the NBA, coming out of high school. He definitely had a lot of people putting pressure on him, and he didn't live up to that. So let me get your thoughts on Kwame Brown in general.
yeah, I mean that's true. That's just one of the I guess one of the things that happens when you get drafted that high, the way he did is the expectations are through the roof, and especially the way he was coming out of college. Now I saw the Instagram like a little bit, and I'm like, yo, like what is going on? Like he was just going on a rant. Like I seen he was talking about that the Kobe 81 was well Kobe 82 was him. He said that
Off
was
the
that
screens.
yeah, he said that was him and Kobe together. He said me and Kobe scored that and we won the game together. And I'm just like, hold on. And he's like, yeah, he goes, because of my screens, Kobe was scoring. So I'm just like, whoa. And then then he started going after Barnes and
Steven Jackson.
Barnes, Stephen Jackson, and Gilbert Arenas. He was saying that they're the whitest black people he ever saw in his life, and I'm just like, yo, what the heck? But listen, not everybody can take criticism. Everybody thinks any criticism that they get is bad, or they feel like they're being disrespected in any type of way.
Mhm.
But I mean, listen, they will speak in facts. It is what it is, Kwame. I mean, you didn't live up to the expectations. You're probably one of the biggest busts, if you want to put it like that. So, I mean that's pretty much all it is to that one right there.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We appreciate y'all bringing up the topic of discussion, talking about Steph Curry. Appreciate you on that. We're going to go into one more topic, and then we're going to head to our first commercial break. But we're going to speak on Albert Pujols. He got a deal done. The boy's in LA as a Dodger. You seen his new outfit?
Yeah.
Well, let me get your thoughts on his move going to the Dodgers, and man, the whole perception.
Like I guess I understand that everybody wanted him to go back to St. Louis. I feel like that's like the motion and everything. It was right for him to go back to St. Louis. But then if like when you gotta understand, if you look at it from the other side besides baseball, I mean
Hmm.
the dude already had his family, he already had a house in LA. So I mean, it was just way more convenient for him, especially seeing that a team already in the same city is offering him a contract. It's just way more convenient to just stay where you are and stay in Los Angeles. And I mean, listen, the Dodgers is not a bad team at all. So, I mean, why not? And listen, you're getting close to that age where you're about to retire. So try to chase that ring as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, man. You know, ring chasing is probably looking like what he's doing right now, adding to his accolades that he already got. We already know he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer, no question. That's if the MLB does it right, because you know how their Hall of Fame process is. So we'll see how that goes. Family man, I think he's probably on the end of his rope, but I think he's still got a little bit left in him. But we're going to see how he fits into this Dodger scheme, man, definitely. But it's definitely going to be a questionable one, and if they happen to pull it off and he's there, I mean, it's going to be a good talk of how that went down. Yeah. That's why he didn't, because the Rogers in a good place and not a bad team. He definitely a Hall of Fame. What he did for St. Louis was amazing. Yeah, man, 100% agree with you.
Yeah, he's first ballot Hall of Fame right there. So
yeah, definitely was a dog. Like I said in the other show, man, even if you didn't watch baseball, you know who Albert Pujols was, man. He was big time for sure in his era. So we're going to hop into our first commercial break, and then we'll come back with the topics. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please do not go nowhere. This is going to be a probably 1 to 2 minute conversation on this commercial break, so we'll be right back. The following commercial is brought to you by Green Gang.
Yeah. Bro, my man came with the resub. I appreciate you, bro.
Teal. Show me teal. Show me teal. That's blue. That's blue. Give me Bellinger. Again! Oh my god! I fooled this guy twice! I fooled him twice!
Yes, sir. It's Obi Toppin season.
Oh my god, Prince, put your back into it one time for me, kid. Holy shit. Let's go, bro. What a fucking win. What a fucking win, bro. I read that slider, thank the heavens. Hey, they have the Prince animation, bro. Let's go!
Shout out to everyone. Appreciate the Green Gang for the content. Welcome back from the first commercial break. We appreciate each and every one of you. We're ready to hop back into the topics. Coquito, are you ready?
Yes, sir. You know, little by little, every time I watch the commercial, I would kind of like find something that I never really realized. And I never really realized when that putback dunk, you see the dude on the floor and he's just like
R.I.P. him. He was dead. Yeah. They pretty much lost that game after that too. Let's go ahead and hop into a good topic after the commercial break. Fat Joe, one of the good rappers, man, of our time. He went out and claimed DJ Khaled to be the Quincy Jones of hip hop. Now that's really a hot take for this show. If nobody knows who Quincy Jones is, he's one of those mogul icons that got a lot of people on the same track. And I'm guessing he's comparing DJ Khaled to that because DJ Khaled did do a lot of collabs in his time with a lot of bangers too. So let me get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, I kind of agree with it because Quincy kind of made, in a sense, hip hop popular with the people that he was bringing together, and I feel like that is what DJ Khaled has been doing since he first started in the game. I mean, it pays off to be that genuine good guy and the person that he is because. Listen, in the rap game, in the music industry in general, there is a lot of egos. There is a lot of people that think they're better than one another, and and some people put prices too high. Like, listen, I'm not being on the feature unless you ain't paying me 100,000 and all this stuff like this. So for DJ Khaled to be able to consistently put out albums with nothing but big names and big artists on that album, it just shows you that the man is this Quincy Jones of this music era.
Yeah, even though he talks a little bit too much and dances a little bit too much, I mean, I definitely can give his praise where it goes because DJ Khaled does make a lot of good collabs, man. He put Migos and Justin Bieber on the same track. Nobody would have ever thought that would have happened, but definitely made a lot of good collabs. I'm probably excited to witness. He had J. Cole on one of his songs. He had Kendrick on one of his songs with Nas. It was like, man, like
Yeah,
he
the
definitely
dude
had a
can
lot
get
of collabs.
anybody. He can get. Listen, if DJ Khaled gives you a call and say, "Hey, I want to put you on an album," I don't think there's one artist that's gonna say, "Nah, I'm good."
How could you deny it? Like you get the
Yeah.
phone call, I got a banger for you. Like another one. Like you can't deny that, dog. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the next topic. We got three people that went to announce that they would love to fight the Paul brothers, Jake and Logan. Now, Jake and Logan is definitely getting their money right now because they get nothing but publicity at this point. It's kind of crazy. Like they know how to trash talk and get people to want to go push this show. So the first person is the Game. Now, of course, this is a publicity stunt because he claimed he wanted to fight the Paul brothers outside of the Staples Center. Like, seriously, why outside the Staples Center, right? So he was doing that for clout. And then Lamar Odom, of course, he wants to go fight them. Tyrone Woodley said he would love to fight him. Now, he had a bad little record right now. He's on the losing streak, but he wants to fight them. So let me get your thoughts on the Paul brothers and all these guys wanting to go fight them now, man.
Yeah, now at this point, it's the 6ix9ine effect. At this point, it's just, I mean, that's pretty much the way I see it. I definitely do not want to see. Listen, like what you got to understand is, the Paul brothers are actually training. They're actually putting in the time. They're actually practicing their craft and perfecting their muscle memory for boxing, because that's pretty much what boxing is. You got to have the muscle memory for it. So these dudes thinking that they're just somebody like just in the street that you feel like that you can beat up. I mean, it's just not gonna happen. They're getting to the point that they at a certain point they have to fight somebody that's been training as long as they have in boxing. I mean, I'm not saying they have to fight a pro, but they can fight an amateur that's been training the same 2 to 3 years and has the same muscle memory as they do. So I definitely don't want to see the Game. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see Lamar Odom. I mean, I think you jab Lamar Odom and he's gonna fall to the floor. So Tyrone Woodley is probably the only one I wouldn't mind seeing, because the dude has hands. So I mean, even though he's been losing in the UFC, I think it will be completely different from fighting Paul, but probably Woodley's the only one I would like to see if it happens. The other two, nah, I'm good.
Per TMZ report, Lamar Odom said he's going to do it for the revenge of Nate Robinson. Now, we know how that went. Lamar, we love you, but if you get in that ring and you fall just like Nate, your career's going in just like Nate, man. So
no, but the worst is he's huge, so that fall's gonna be even bigger.
People talking about their old experiences of boxing and everything, but you haven't been doing it consistently. Like, come on, like, we know NBA players, they box for training purposes, but they don't box to train the box. Like, you know, it's like conditioning. It's not the same thing.
That's what everybody like fails to understand. Like with boxing is, you have to understand the sport is, if you don't get in the ring and practice fighting, like, you can train boxing all you want, hitting the bag, hitting pads, hitting all this different stuff. But when you get in the ring and when you're getting hit back, now how is your body going to react? Because you're training just punching something that's not hitting you back. So that's one. And then two, the style of when you get in the ring, just because you can street fight does not mean you can get in the boxing ring to fight. It is when you put the gloves on, for some reason, it's just a completely different world in there. So Lamar Odom, just stop it, man. I don't think, first of all, I don't think his body is even cut out with all the damage he already done to it. I don't think his body is even topic. Yeah, I don't even think he's cut out for even conditioned for boxing. So yeah, he gotta stop it.
Yeah, so I mean, we seen the game fight on camera, but I mean, he was fighting somebody that didn't want to fight him back. He was running for his life. The
Yeah,
game was pretty much beating him up with one hand. So that was the last time we seen that, and that was a World Star. Shout out to World Star. So
yeah.
let's go ahead and hop into the next topic, man. Stephen Curry is on a tirade right now, man. He is going crazy, and we'll speak on the Warriors in a little bit. But Steph Curry has went off again last night. Does that certify his MVP nomination? Is he the MVP?
Listen, we've always been saying that has been Jokic, right? But I
Got to
mean,
change it.
yeah, I think it's hard. I think it's hard to deny this dude the MVP. Now, I won't be surprised if the NBA gives it to Jokic because of where
I
the
would not
Nuggets
like that.
are. I yeah. I feel like at this point it either has to be Steph MVP or they might have to do Cole MVP. If you want to give it to Jokic that bad, you might have to do Cole MVP because I don't see there's no way of Steph not winning. Because I mean, if you take this dude, listen, the season that he had, just imagine this: the stats that he's been putting up for the Warriors is only good enough to keep him in the play-in. So imagine if he's not even on that team. Like, is that team is maybe a 20-win team? So I mean, I'm all for it, man. Steph for MVP.
Yeah, man. Steph for MVP got my vote, man. He is a dog. He actually leads the league in scoring now, and like his presence is just. And most people thought he was going to take a step back this year because of all the talent that he's missing. But the fact that his talent has improved just shows you how much of a dog he is. He's so underestimated for real, man. All right, so Reckless just said something in the comment section. I'm not even going to continue what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and hop into a commercial break.
But
so
listen,
I appreciate you for that.
We all know.
Just give me a second.
Following content you're about to see is what is expected from the Hot Take Podcast.
I go by Dom.
What's going on, everybody? It's Coquito.
Casamigos Tequila.
Little bottle of Patron right here. Little, still in the proper 12. Kind of too bright, can't really see it, but yeah, it's a little bottle of vodka there.
Busted child. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not, but there's a bunch of aunties and fire grandmas out there showing them their face when they wake up and then how they bust it down when they put the makeup on. So I'm definitely with that vibe. Have you seen that yet?
I recently just checked it out.
Jordan Woods has just did the bust it down challenge, ladies and gentlemen. And Lord have mercy.
It's just incredible the thing that this guy is doing and damnly nearly averaging a triple double. But I mean, definitely my favorite Jordan moment is probably that switch hands, man, in the finals. I mean, I think people like really underestimate like how hard that move is. But I mean, definitely like for example, man, I don't see how Julius Randle is not on this list of all stars.
Whoever wrote this, your mom's a hoe.
All right, so now, I mean, Randall is definitely in that discussion, though. I mean, how can you not deny him, though? I mean, like, but I still think Steph deserves it over Randall, only because I just feel like the Knicks just as a team they've just been playing complete better basketball. I feel like they had a bunch of people step up when it was needed. So, but I definitely think Randall is still up there for MVP discussion. I mean, you can put his name in there, maybe top 4.
Give him most improved. That's the award he did.
No, yeah, most improved, definitely for sure. Definitely most improved. Most improved. Derrick Rose comeback player of the year.
I don't know, cause I gotta see who else came back. Like you can't really tell. Like whenever you like see the votes of who was in that race, and that'll give me a more view of what I could put in there. But I can't think off the top of my head of who came back from whatever injury or some type of nonsense. See.
I'm guessing KD.
Yeah, you can put him in there too.
I'm guessing KD. Yeah, I guess so. Well, but then again, KD.
Sure, you can put Blake Griffin in there.
But I don't think
he just came back from poverty, so like put him in there. That gets my vote. Being honest, you seen that play they did yesterday? What?
Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. I think Derrick Rose definitely, man. Well, listen, you got to hold on. Derrick Rose came from the same team as well.
Bro, I don't want to hear that, bro. I'm tired of Knicks trying to get all these awards like y'all trying to make this. Oh, it's a monumental season. Oh, okay, congratulations. But y'all not finna win every award. Get most improved and be happy.
Our most improved and the comeback player of the year.
No. You
Maybe
only get
6
one.
man of the year.
You only get one at my votes. You only get one. You only get one. You can't get more than one.
Player of the year?
You gotta take one or leave the other. It's simple as that.
All right, I'll take the most improved. I'll take that.
All right, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. All right, so now since we spoke on Steph Curry, we're gonna have to speak on this play-in games, man. There was 2 games already certified for the play-in tourney. On the East, you got the Wizards versus the Celtics, and on the West, you got the Warriors versus the Lakers. 2 big games that can go either way. Let me get your thoughts on who you think may win the Wizards versus the Celtics.
Well, definitely. I gotta go with Russ, man. I gotta go with Russ and Beal. I mean, definitely the Celtics, a big blow with losing Jaylen Brown, obviously, but I think it's gonna be hard to stop Beal and Westbrook, and especially in this time. So I got them too. Warriors and Lakers. This one is kind of like a toss-up, man. I mean, it's like if Steph wasn't doing what he's been doing lately, then I would have easily went with the Lakers. But it's like it's hard to deny. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, Steph can easily carry the, and listen, it's only one game, so he can easily carry them past this game. So this one is kind of a toss-up for me. It's like 50-50. If I would have to go with one, I'm gonna have to go with the Lakers. I mean, it's just. I mean, I don't see LeBron losing in a time like this, especially a crucial and important game that it is. So, but other than that, I mean, listen, I won't be surprised if the Warriors pull it off.
All right, so this is my scenario for both games. Depending on the Wizards Celtics, we know Brown is missing, but so is Bradley Beal. He is hurt, so we don't know if he's going to come back and play this game. So I think that evens the playing field. But I think Jason Tatum, if Brown's not there, gives him more openness to go do what he wants to do and give some of the reps that Jaylen Brown took. I think Tatum is so much of a dog, and I think he wins this play-in tourney against the Wizards. Now, this is no knock on the Wizards because they can win. Anything's possible. Like, I would like for them to get in, but I think if they lose, this gives Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook more confidence to go into next season. Maybe pick somebody up out of the offseason free agency and run it back together, because we know both of them, if they gain consistency like they had with Wall and Beal, if they gain that type of friendship and chemistry, I think they can be a big problem going into next year, especially if they add another weapon to what they already got. I think they're really missing like one of those stretch bigs, power forward or a real center, because what they got, they didn't have Thomas Bryant either to add in. But I think they're really missing that third piece, and I think they can really do some damage in the future years coming. But for the Warriors and Lakers, I'm going to go with the underdogs. I want the Warriors to take out the Lakers. Now, we know how hard it is for the Lakers, well, for the championship team to go back to the NBA Finals. We know how hard that road is. But the fact that they're trying to use Jared Dudley now under management of minutes because of LeBron's injury that he got yesterday, I don't see the Lakers. I can see the Lakers winning, but I think they're going to be in a tough fight. I think if Steph is still possessed for this play-in tourney, I think he can upset the Lakers in one game, because it's not a 7-game series. It's only one.
Exactly.
That's another bonus in the Warriors' favor, because it's only one game and not 7. So I think the Warriors can knock them off. I think they can.
That's I'm pretty much in the same thing with you. I mean, listen, it's only one game, and that's what I'm saying. If Steph is what he's been doing, definitely they can win that game. I think the dude is so far he's been completely unguardable. It doesn't matter if you triple team him, he's still getting that 3 up and it's going in. So, yeah, this game, I think this is probably gonna be one of the best games to watch.
Absolutely.
So, and I think it's gonna be back and forth. And I think it's gonna come down to a couple stops, man. I feel like that's what this game is just gonna come down. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout or easy win on either side. I just think it's gonna come down to a couple possessions. So
if Anthony Davis can go crazy, or Taylor Horton Tucker can have one of those underrated games like he usually does, because he's a bucket, I can see the Lakers winning, but like I said, I can see the Warriors winning as well because it can go either way. It can go either way. Last topic of discussion before we hop into your personal segment. Eric, Alex Rodriguez went on the verge to say he is going to get back with Jennifer Lopez after all of this. Even her going on a vacation with Ben Affleck or some nonsense. This is definitely just steering to what me and Miss Techno Fancy said that one day when she was on the podcast. It's just toxic. It's like, come on, man. Like, how much heartbreak do you have to go through, A-Rod? Like, come on, man. You just got ownership of the Minnesota Timberwolves. You live in life. You're doing your thing. You miss J-Lo that much? Coquito, go ahead.
I mean, listen, you got to understand it's J-Lo, man. It's listen, and Dom, and you know what's crazy? What we spoke about the last podcast, that for a guy, there's always gonna be that one girl that you have in your life that is, you know what I'm saying, you just always gonna have that love for her. And it looks like at this point in A-Rod's life, it might be Jennifer Lopez. Man, I mean, but listen, Dom, that was on the verge of getting married. So I mean, I don't think you're gonna get over somebody that easily, and especially being Jennifer Lopez. So, yeah, I mean, A-Rod, go ahead, shoot your shot again. I don't think they're gonna get back, or maybe they will. Maybe when she's tired of Ben again, then she might go back to A-Rod. But
shout out to Digital Spaz for the follow. But yeah, man. I mean, if they were married, I will understand it. But like, come on, y'all ain't even been out together that long. Y'all had a few TikToks or whatever, and now you just miss her so much. Like, he probably went through TikTok and looked at the old posts, was like, "Oh, we look so good," or some nonsense like that. You know how people are.
Let's see, man. Let's see what happened between them two. I mean, definitely. Listen, they definitely got people talking about them. No matter what, either they're getting back or not getting back, or if he spotted with somebody, if she spotted with somebody else. So let's see.
Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead. Coquito, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
You got your hot takes?
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coquito's hot takes. Let's go ahead and switch up this overlay. Woof. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hop into it.
All right, let's go. You ready, Dom?
Let's get it.
Let's go. Nuggets are losing in the first round.
Who do they play in the first round? They play the play-in team?
No, I believe they play six. They play Portland.
That's tough. Yeah, they could potentially lose to Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, especially if Melo go off too.
And Melo, that's the thing right there. And I think Melo is going to be that X factor in the playoffs. If he can just get them at least 15 to 20 points, I think they're going to be extremely tough to beat.
Yeah, they got to play Michael Porter Jr. and Nikola Jokic, but I don't really know any go-to scorers other than them because Jamal Murray's out. So
yeah, I
can definitely see them losing that. Yeah.
All right. If Rec is still here, he gonna like this one. The Knicks would not have had this season with Porzingis. Now, saying swap Porzingis with Randall.
I don't know though, because the coaching staff really is disciplining these players. So I think they would have got Porzingis in check, especially if y'all would have ran a few plays like y'all running with Randall. Because I think Porzingis got a little bit more, a little move to it, and he's a stretch big too. So he probably would have had the same effect. I wouldn't go that far. Because Randall's making some BS. Porzingis is good for it too. So I'm kind of like, it's all on coaching. It's all on coaching when it comes to that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. He probably would have. He probably would have had the same effect as Randall.
I don't know, man.
He probably would have won most improved too. Let's just be honest. They both be shaved.
I mean, listen, and that's why it's a hot take, man. That's why it's a hot take. Definitely, this team is better than any team Porzingis had, obviously. I guess just from like what we saw from him, wasn't too pleasing. I mean, the dude, of course, he has the skill, but the guy was just too injury prone. The dude was whatever. I mean, it just everything just went bad for us with him. So and then facing him as well. So I mean, we saw him. I mean, the dude is kind of soft. So
I blame New York. Y'all mad Aggie B.
you know the vibes. That's pretty. That's pretty much how I felt about that. So that's a huge shout out to Randall, by the way. Jadeveon Clowney is way overhyped.
Well, yeah, that's definitely the media's part. Of course, he had that big hit in college. Like I always say, he played on bad teams. The only good team he played on was with that playoff run with J.J. Watt. But other than that, if you look at all those schemes and teams he played for, all the defenses was trash. So I don't know how you expect him to perform. But I definitely blame the media for doing that for him because I never really thought he was that good anyway. But the fact that the media overhyped him, so it had something to do with it. But yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
that part.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much what happens with these players. Like I don't think nobody necessarily ever really comes overhyped. Like just like nobody really talks about them unless the media like just constantly keeps throwing their name out, throwing their name out, throwing their name out. So but yeah, so I mean that I forgot. I was just trying to think of a name that like it kind of reminds me of. I can't think of it right now, but
Dwayne Haskins.
no. I think it was a different sport, but I just can't. It's damn. Okay. So this one, it was all Derek Jeter. So like the conversation of what people say Derek Jeter is overrated, and I feel like the only reason why people say that was because he played in New York, and the media is so big that it was constantly praising him. So that's why people felt like, and I think that's the same thing that happened with Javier Clowney. I feel like the media was giving him too much praise and the dude just didn't perform. I mean, there's a bunch of edge rushers that well D-line tackles that are just way better than him. So, all right. So on to the next one. The Giants will win 11 games this year.
No. I tell you this all the time. No.
I mean,
I do not trust that coaching staff. I don't care how many players you have. You can have Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. You can have DK Metcalf. You can have Jerry Jeudy, Justin Jefferson. Like, if you don't have a good coaching staff, you're not going to do anything. I don't care what you say. So I don't trust them winning 11. I can see them winning maybe 6 or 7, but I don't see them winning 11 games. I don't care who they get.
You think the coaching is that bad?
Yes. That coaching staff is terrible. And plus, their injury staff is terrible, too. I don't see how they can go that far. They just lost Barkley, who was very pivotal. We don't know how he's going to play when he come back because he came off a very hard injury. We know running back longevity is maybe 4 to 5 years. So when you get hurt, expect something else to happen. I'm not wishing it on nobody, but that's just how it goes. No,
that's just how it is. I get it. I think if you look at the roster and if you look at the schedule, I think they definitely can pull off 11 wins. But I mean, like you said, I don't believe in Judge. I don't think he should have even been hired in the first place. But I mean, hey, by all means, I mean, he did something right to get the job. So
it's the only time I root for the Jets because y'all the best team in New York, probably. Oh, besides the Bills, but that don't really count.
But who?
The Bills, Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't really consider. Shout out to Palm though, but we don't really consider. We don't really consider upstate New York. So I mean, I think once you're from the city, New York is the city. Like we don't like if you outside the city, then yeah, you Canadian. We just call you Canadian if you're on that side. So,
you're not from New York, eh?
But yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I like that. I like that. Shout out to you. I see you give me some Jets praise. I'm gonna give you some Colts praise. I think the Colts probably.
Man, you're ruining the moment.
No, but listen. I think the Colts possibly might have the best defense coming into this year. So I mean, just watch out for that. Listen, when the Colts have the number 1 defense in football, just know Coquito said it first.
Now, you'll definitely hear from me. That's all I got.
There's probably a bunch already other Colts people that probably been saying this. Yeah. But all right. So the last one is Drake over Michael Jackson. going hit for hit.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Michael Jackson music videos used to be a movie. I haven't seen one movie yet from Drake in a music video. There's no way you could tell me he got more hits or compare hits to Michael Jackson. Like Thriller, that's a whole movie. Like his videos used to be almost 15 minutes long each. Like what? Like this dude had he had his own carnival in a music video. Like this dude got so many hits. I'll play a song right now, and I bet you me and you be singing it right now. I bet.
100. Listen, so most of the time when I put these hot takes, it's not because I agree with them. It's just I just to throw something out there. Definitely, I'm with you. I take Michael Jackson over Drake. The thing is, right? I think Drake gets this praise so much. He's a great artist, right? He's a great artist. He makes great music. Now I'll say this: hits and these kind of music is kind of watered down because of the ability of all the streaming and everything like that. It's easy. Like once you become somebody like Drake, no matter what you put out, it's gonna become a hit. Why? Because everybody's gonna listen to it because you're Drake. So I feel like you can't really compare a hit for hit between Drake and Michael Jackson because back then it was not easy. I mean, you had to go and buy CDs like to listen to music. Like there was no downloading music. There was none of the streaming music. So imagine Michael Jackson putting out music now with all the platforms that you have. I mean, listen, he would have been blowing the internet up. So I'm definitely
on TikTok right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely on your side, Michael Jackson over Drake. I think just a generation of music is just they water stuff down too much. So
yeah, they kind of ruined Whoopty and CJ. It's kind of like I heard that song too many times that I can't really get amped off of it no more.
No, yeah, but I mean the song. That's the problem now. It's like when a song comes out and it hits, it'll probably hit you for like a month, and then other than that, it's like that's it. And especially once it goes on TikTok, just say goodbye to that song. I mean, it's great for the artist. Their views on the music goes up by tons, but as a fan listen to the music, once it's on TikTok, I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm out of here. I don't want to listen to this.
They got a Michael Jackson Rock My World TikTok now. You seen it?
No.
Well, he did the dance move going down the steps.
Nah, I didn't see that.
Oh well, yeah, they got his song playing on TikTok now. That's funny that you brought him up, but he just got lifetime music. Like you could be a baby and then when you get older, like your 40s, you still be singing it. Like you hear Drake song, like could you be singing Laugh Now, Cry Later like 30 years from down the road? Like no.
Nah, yeah, but listen, that's one of the things we spoke about before, from legends to like where everybody quick to label somebody a legend, and Michael Jackson is definitely one of those legends. And like you said, I remember the other day I was just sitting in my car and I heard somebody blasting Biggie. And when you listen to Biggie, no matter how many times you heard the song, you gonna bump to it. So it's like it's crazy, man. It's
called Go, Markov.
Yeah, but listen, when you hear Juicy go on, there's no way in hell you cannot rap to that song. Like it's just no shot. So those are one of the songs that you will never ever get tired of ever.
I have a few Biggie songs that I don't get tired of. Even his freestyles, I'll be in here rapping.
Yeah, no, you don't listen. Those guys like that, you don't.
Even
you don't
though
get
some
tired
of his lyrics are suspect nowadays, I'm like, kind of, hey, yo.
Yeah, like, when you listen to it, yeah, but back then those were bars, you know.
Right, we're like, ooh, y'all heard that? Now you be like, whoa, you a little too hard of a rapper, you know. You gotta relax. It's like, hold on, big dog. What you talking about? We ain't even gonna recite the lyrics, but we all know what we talking about. We like, hey, yo.
But definitely, man. I'm definitely due for this shot now.
Yes, sir. Hopefully that'll kind of ease up the pain in my back. I don't know. I probably need like an icy hot or something, bro. Or some Epsom salt. Sit in the bathtub, man, because I'm kind of like.
Yeah, you probably need some Epsom salt and just chill there, relax. You'll be good.
BD or something like.
You know what's a good investment? That you ever seen that deep tissue gun?
Yoga? Oh, deep tissue gun. What's that? That's the thing they be on TikTok with the look like a you know what?
Yeah, and it vibrates on your body. You see
exactly.
You see players use it.
Page,
yeah, that thing.
I seen that like, hey, yo, that ain't for me, big dog.
No, that thing is that thing works well, and it comes with different tips. So like,
Hey,
yeah,
yo.
yeah. I mean, it's like yo, how can I? You know what? Just forget about
Nah,
it,
go
bro.
ahead.
You know,
Explain.
no, because it's like impossible to explain that without sounding sus.
No, bro, finish it.
All right, well, they have. Well, you can change it so, like, it's like no matter what I'm gonna say, it's just gonna sound.
Well, you know it's getting clipped already, so you might as well go ahead and finish.
Man, so whatever, man. You could change the thing and for it to go deeper inside your muscles. So it's pretty much, yeah.
All right.
I had to make sure I added the muscle because if I would have said just deeper inside, it was just.
Man, what? Oh
But yeah,
man,
no,
that was funny. I needed that. That was funny.
that's a good investment though. That's a really good investment.
All right, bet.
And you got there's a bunch of different brands. So like I know like the higher end ones are probably like $200 something like that, but you can probably find a cheaper one for maybe like around $60 or something like that. But yeah, that thing works.
All right, bet. So I got my shot ready.
Yeah, I got mine too.
Mr. Deep Tissue Man. Cheers to a good episode. We went 1 hour. We had an hour-long episode.
They didn't even feel like it.
If y'all haven't followed us on Twitter yet, feel free to do so. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and
just anything. Just Google the Hot Take Pod and just wherever you find us, just hit that follow button. Pretty much, that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, one of these days, hopefully Amazon or somebody sees us. Fat Kid Deals get a promo code for the deep tissue gun because Coquito definitely just promoted the hell out of that. Not gonna lie, so it's just like, hey, yo, but definitely shout out to Coquito and his sus statements. But you got anything else you want to cheers to?
Nah, I'm good, man. Shout out to Jane Christian. I see you guys in there.
Yeah, shout out to everybody came through. Ricky, Reckless. I know Meg was in my stream earlier. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So shout out to everybody in there.
Yeah, man.
On both platforms too, not only on Twitch.
Who's going live after this?
I will later on. I'm going live later on.
So yeah, y'all stay tuned. If you haven't followed Conquito on Twitch yet, feel free to do so. He'll be live later on. But we appreciate each and every one of you. Cheers. Go ahead and take our shot, man.
Yes, sir.
Wait, what you drinking on?
The Elijah Craig.
Oh, the cowboy whiskey.
Yeah, the cowboy. And so where's it at?
Yeah, I seen you poured the glass earlier.
Nah, yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's almost still like halfway. A little bit less than halfway. Going away. No, I on my days off, I'm gonna take a sip.
Okay.
On my days off, I'll take a sip. Yeah.
All right.
Salud, man.
Cheers. So we out.
Ugh.